What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning back to the channel. This video is part of the hashtag Never Sleep Hustle Hard series. On the last video, you guys watched me making this decal, making this t-shirt. That's my daughter. She's part of my business. She's part of my everyday life, so I'm gonna have to deal with her sometimes while I'm recording. Today, actually, I want to show you guys something a little bit different than what I was planning on. Reason being is, you know, I will cover on the videos lanyards, license plates, more t-shirts, hoodies, and a million other things. But one thing I have never tackled is the Koosies. And I just got a shipment in, ordered these from Amazon. It's 50 pieces. I'll link all of these down below. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen them, and I've actually seen some nicely customized ones in the past, but I've been wanting to purchase these for a long time. Let me slap this on, that way I'm not promoting the brand. But that's pretty much what the Koosies are. I want to make sure you're catching on camera, yeah. So, you know, they keep your drinks cold, they keep your drinks hot, if that's what you're running. I happen to be drinking a water right now, so I mean, they even work for a water bottle. But they're usually known for the sodas. So I've been wanting to customize these, and you know, I always look into sourcing a high volume of pieces. Luckily for me, this was 50-piece bundle, so it comes at a pretty good price, to where these are 50 cents a piece. So these come at a very low cost. On today's video, I'm actually gonna put some logos on here. I have an idea what logo I want to do, because I actually just ordered some of these decals online, and this is one of the shields for my brand TCD. So I'm gonna have fun today. This is my first time doing these, so you know, it'll be a good experience for you guys to see that, you know, for somebody like me that already knows how to edit, how to cut, and I'm very familiar with the machine, the Silhouette Cameo. We can bust these out pretty easily, and I'll show you guys some little hints and tricks on how to save material, or if you have a high volume of pieces to do, how to make the most out of that. So right now I'm just gonna shoot 3 pieces. I'm gonna shoot 3 pieces just because this is roughly a 4x4 printable area. So my logos are going to be roughly 3.5 by 3.5. At that size, I have a 12-inch width on my machine, and I should only be able to fit 3. So that's what I'm going to run 3, so I don't waste too much material right now for the video. Without further ado, let's get to it. First thing I'm going to do is, you guys are going to catch me on the Silhouette Studios, and I'm gonna set up the logos. So let's do that. Alright guys, so this is the logo I want to use. It's one of the many decals that I have, or logos that I have for my brand TCD. Right now this is the size of the decals that I make, so actually I don't need to duplicate it, I'll just put it aside. So I know the size of that Koozie is 4x4, so let's make a quick little stencil. This is just to help you guys, you know, verify that that's kind of what you want. You could just jump and make the logo instantly the size you want it. But I like to always do things like this just to reference the work. So you know, that'll be roughly the size that it comes out at. I know there's a little piece that it has on the very bottom that it doesn't quite square up. So you know, let's just add it back there just to get you an idea. But the printable part is the 4x4. Alright, so there's our makeshift Koozie. Let's bring this down to 3 inches just to see how it would look. It's a decent size. But I think one color is too plain, at least for my style. If you guys want to just jump on making logos single color, go ahead and do it. I'm going to create a double color with an offset. and offset that with a red. Let me release so I can just have only the full backing. Center all this. That's what a double color looks like. You overlay, looks good, but personally for me, I've never really liked a direct overlay. What I like to do for a double color, and I actually offer a lot of this to my customers, and honestly they jump on this instead. Because what they'll do is they'll tell me, you know, I want a white logo with a red outline, and they're fine with this. To them, this is a white logo with a red outline. See how the outline is red, and they'll ignore the fact that everything else gets also taken as a red. So I like to do a cut through outline with a gap in between. To me, this looks a lot more custom. This looks perfect. So this is probably what I'm gonna go with. I just love the way that looks. So I'm gonna run those. What size is this? This is 3.3, just a hair under a half an inch. I think I'm good with that. Let me bring up to 3.5. Let's see how that looks. 3.5. It's a little touchy. I'm just gonna put it back where it was. 3.3. There it is. So let me group these. Horizontal flip, because we are cutting HTV. Make sure you guys always remember that. And you can cut 3. Yep. That's all we are allowed to cut in this horizontal positioning like this. When you guys are mass producing these though, however, I do always recommend to, so watch, let me show you guys. Play with it, because you can usually end up getting more logos than, I think I could fit another logo in here. Well, actually it's already set at 12 by 12, so you were good. So that's 9 logos right there. If you're trying to make a lot of logos, let me twist this at a 90. Let me twist this at a 90. And since HTV is pretty expensive, let's try to see if we can squeeze in an extra logo somehow. Okay, I think I'm already seeing how it's going to happen. I think I might be able to squeeze this in, guys. Just messing with it and trying to see if I can squeeze in a Oh, I see what's going on. Let me put these all the way to the outer edge. That will cut. How many logos do we have there? 10. We got 10 logos right there. We're cutting about a fraction of an inch extra, but that's a whole extra logo, honestly. So I mean, right now it's just a waste of time, but it just kind of shows you guys that if you play with it, you could get more material. I mean, more logos. So that's what I'm going to be cutting. All right, let's start cutting these out. I am going to hit the send. Since I have two different colors, I'm going to hit the fill, and I'm going to run the red first. So only red highlighted. The white's not highlighted. That means we're good to go. Start cutting. Let me tune this down to a 2 because I know it's at a 3 right now. There we go. All right, let's start cutting. All right, guys, while the machine is cutting, I want to show you guys a couple steps that you guys can take to ensure that you guys have a really good experience cutting your HTV vinyl or even decals, but mostly right now for the HTV. When you guys get your rolls of HTV, they come in super crammed. This roll, for instance, just came in with this piece inside there. Look at the difference. This is roughly about 1.25 inches. So what will happen is if you let that sit there with around this piece, this will just naturally want to curve. See how it's curving? So when you feed this through the machine and the cutter, this is always curved like this. It can easily get caught or snag on something, and then it'll ruin your cut. This has happened to me many times in the past, especially when I was beginning. One thing I learned early on is to, as soon as that happens, I open it up, I unroll it, and I unroll it to like between 3 to 4 inches wide. Also, one thing I do for HTV, and this is super important, guys, they always, for some reason, ship it with the color out like this. Unroll it and flip it the other way around. Trust me, this feeds into the cutter way better. You will have less issues with cutting. You will have less issues with anything getting caught up or snugging like in some of the creases. And this, I did the same thing. This is folded inside out. So that's just a quick little tip on how to keep the vinyl more at a useful setup. And let me show you guys what else I have done around my machine. This is the Silhouette America roller for the Cameo. I have taped up every little area where the machine can get stuck or clogged. Let me put this up. See, there's tape inside here too. I'm trying not to. You see, there's tape there also. I have taped that, and in the back even, it has clear tape here, and then also it has black tape right here. The reason why I did that is because at all times when the vinyl is moving back and forth, it just glides right through and it doesn't get snagged. One of the areas that it'll still get snagged on occasionally is in this little seam right here, but I haven't done that one because the machine obviously moves slightly here and there, but they typically never curve that bad. But on something like this, that's definitely area where it'll get snagged. Same for this. It used to get snagged here all the time, and then as soon as the machine is retracting or pushing the vinyl, it'll just jump and it'll ruin the cut. And then, I mean, you're just kind of crossing your fingers that you're only at a couple of inches. But I mean, I've ruined as much as, you know, several feet just for that issue. So that's why that's one of my tips. Tape up little seams like this. All right, so I hope those little tips were helpful. I'll probably will mention them over and over as I go throughout the series, just because, you know, other people maybe won't watch this video. But the vinyl is done cutting. I'm just gonna run the red really fast. I'm gonna have them on the table, and I'll jump to that. Alright guys, so I already cut the red. Let me cut the white. Line up my grid lines. I have the links for all of these items on the description, guys. Super useful. This mat, I've had it for 3 years and it's still good. You can feel a little bit of rough areas, but honestly for the vinyl it doesn't really ruin it or damage it or anything, so super useful. All right, so now I'm going to start the weeding process. All right, I'm going to weed the red first. The reason why I'm making these actually is because towards the end of this year, because they've moved a lot of the shows that I will be attending as a vendor for my brand. I want to offer these Koosies just because, you know, it's a cool thing to offer when you're at an event or like at a truck show like I'll be attending. So you kind of want your logo basically everywhere. So this is an item that's definitely something that'll put your logo out there in front of people's faces while, you know, people are out there drinking their beer or drinking their soda. So I'm thinking of having them as handouts for anybody that purchases like at $20 or over, and just hand them out for free. Obviously you could, you know, put them up for sale if you wanted to, but in my case they're just going to be freebies. Oh shoot guys, I think I weeded that on an accident. It's all good, we could put it back. Luckily we could put it back. I usually tilt my head down so I can see the glare of this, but right now, since, you know, the camera is right there, I'm not trying to block anything, so that's why I'm not really looking at it. But this is not a hard part to put back, so. There we go. As if it never happened. That's the good thing about HTV. This is the area that I was concerned with right here because it's so small. There it is. It weed perfectly. So now the plan is obviously not gonna put them together at the same time, but this is the ultimate. Let me peel this little piece off. This is what I'm aiming for right here, guys. It's always one thing to see it on the program, and then it's a different thing seeing it in person. They look so much nicer and cool. So there it is. That's the logo that we're going to be pressing. It looks like it's a perfect size for here. So let's get that pressed on. Let me weed the rest of these. Alright guys, so the press is ready. I got these 3 pieces sitting right here. I'm going to go ahead and give them a quick little press for about 2 seconds. Get the moisture out. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is putting the red, just because I want to make sure that it's centered. I want it about a 1/4 inch from the top. Unfortunately, this is one of those things where you kind of have to eyeball it. And the good thing about it too is that what I'm saying is that even if they're not perfectly lined up, it doesn't really matter because they curve as a circle. So Okay, I think we're good. So let's press them. I'm gonna do 7 seconds on these. That's just enough so where I can peel the transfer paper off, or the transfer paper. Yeah, I guess it is transfer paper. But not giving it the full cure time, just the full melt time, because I don't want to burn it either, because I have to press it twice. All right. So here's my little logos. Let me put these on here because all right guys, so I think I got one. Hopefully it doesn't move. All right, so it is moving. They keep moving. All right guys, so this white keeps moving on me. So what I'm gonna do is, I got some of this heat tape that I like to use, and I'm gonna just go ahead and tape them up a little bit on a couple on 2 areas on each one, so that it stops moving, because that doesn't stick at all. So let me show you guys how to do that. So I'm just gonna cut a couple little pieces. Just gonna put a little piece on each side like that. Gonna find the center. Gonna find the center. Just a little right there. Voila, staying in place. All right, they are done. They're centered. We are good to go, guys. So I'm gonna put the sheet right over them. Just gonna go over it one more time. Looks good. This one I need to move just a hair. That's fine. All right, let's cover them up. Let's press them. I didn't do it for the full 15 seconds because I want to press them for at least 5 seconds without this transfer paper. Just gonna press them for about 7 seconds. That should be more than enough. Shut this machine off because I'm not pressing anything else. And voila, guys, there they are. There it is, guys. Final product. I think they look way better than this. A plain koozie. It's pretty boring, so let's try this one out and see how this looks. There it is, guys. Koosies for the first time. I think I did pretty good. I'm actually pretty excited for these. I already have a million ideas, a million logos that I want to put on here. I will offer these probably also for my customers, with the option of single color, multicolor. Something this size, honestly, I comfortably feel saying that you could do it, you know, on a very simple design up to 6 colors. On something more complicated, just because of the detail that requires to cut something this small, I probably wouldn't push 10 colors, but a 1, 2, 3, 4 colored logo would be a breeze this size. Still, it's 3.5 inches. So there it is, guys. Again, I'll put the links down below for these Koosies if you guys want to tackle these on. And if for those of you guys that are that have a Silhouette Cameo, I will be doing some demos on the Silhouette Cameo 4 also, and it will also be new to me, so I'll be learning some of the new features that it offers. So I can't wait to tackle that on. So keep posted, notifications on. If you guys have a specific subject you guys want me to tackle, make sure you comment down below, and I'll try to get to it in one of my future videos. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next video.